Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and another big patch is on the way. It is Voyagers number 6.03. This is another massive patch coming out on the same day as the expedition starts, you guys. So this patch fixes a lot of issues, a ton of issues that we've been having with all the Corvette building and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this gets to you before you start your expedition, but it is out now on PC only. And again, this is on Wednesday, September 3rd. I have a feeling that by the end of the day, or maybe even tomorrow, September 4th, we should be seeing this pop up on other platforms. We're talking Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch maybe, if they decide to push it through. But our 6.02 update is hitting Xbox and PlayStation right now. It started hitting on Tuesday. You should have that one, but this is a brand new one that is coming out, and it is fixing a ton. So let's get into the details. As always, I will link it down below in the description that we can see the full page. I'm just going to highlight some of the big, massive patches. So this is Voyagers 6.03, September 3rd, 2025. So that is Wednesday, the same day as the expedition. Then we have, let's just jump into the details here. First big bug. Fixed a rare issue that could cause players to be jettisoned out of their Corvette when activating the pulse drive. So yeah, I have not had that happen to me, but thankfully they fixed it. So yeah, you just get shot out of your ship if you did your pulse drive. So that's fixed. Heck yes, like that. Oh my God. And then we have fixed an issue that prevented players from teleporting back to their Corvette after a save/load aboard a freighter. That was a big issue. So like if you did anything on your freighter and like you saved the game, quit, or maybe you just, had to reload something, you could not get back on your Corvette. So now they fixed it. Thank God. And then we have a fixed an issue which caused players to sink into your seats aboard your Corvette. There you go. So now you can sit on your couches in your Corvette and you won't sink through and fall through the world. We were doing that. We were testing it. And their initial fix was to just not let you sit down on a couch. If you see at the bottom of this, fixed an issue that could prevent players from sitting on chairs in a moving Corvette. So now, not only are you allowed to sit on them, you won't fall through the ground if you sit on your chairs. I love it. Thank God for that. And then this is a big one. So Corvette parts can now be manually placed in the Corvette Workshop cache. So there was a kiosk on the Corvette landing pad, the workshop, that just said the Corvette Workshop. And it was that it. I was like, okay. And it had Corvette parts, ship parts in it, but only the ones that were overfilled. So like if you didn't have any room in your normal inventory, it would overflow into the cache. But you couldn't put anything in there. You had to take it out. Now you can put it back and forth. So this is going to be an amazing place to put in your extra Corvette pieces. You don't have to carry it on you or your ships. Like I was just putting them on my ship. Now we can just put it in the workshop, which is awesome. And they also increased the stacks. It used to only stack up to 10 or 20. I think it was 20. Now it stacks up to 50 Corvette pieces in a stack. So if you have that same Corvette wing, you instead of a 10 stack, you get a 50 stack, which is going to be like, yes, it can hold more and more Corvette pieces, which is awesome. I can stock up. I can hoard all my pieces now. And then we have fixed an issue which prevented humming sacks and fiend eggs from being collected. We've been dealing with this ever since the Voyagers update came out last week. If you popped open a larval core, like a whispering egg, it would not let you pick up the actual insides, the larval core. That has been fixed. They actually fixed it with this patch coming soon. It has been fixed, so you can now pick up the larval cores again. That's awesome. And then there's a whole bunch of improvements and fixes for VR. If you're a VR player, they improved a ton of stuff, fixed a number of issues with everything in the VR. And finally, we have a whole bunch of crash and performance fixes. Various Corvette assets optimized, introduced a significant memory optimization for the Xbox, fixed a crash while using pulse drive, fixed a number of network-related crashes. A ton of fixes in this patch coming out. Guys, keep your eyes peeled. And remember, if you're on a console, you're on Xbox and PlayStation, go to your No Man's Sky tile on your dashboard. press, start, and make sure you're checking for updates and make sure you're verifying that you got the update, because it's not out now, but it is coming soon, and you might need to force your console to check for it, especially if you're playing the game and you go back to your dashboard. It might not look for an update. So go over there, check for patches, check for updates for the game. That way you can get your hands on this, because this update, this patch, fixes a ton of issues, especially for that expedition that started today, guys. Check it. The expedition is starting today. Go over there, start your expedition. And guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for hitting that like button, and I will see you guys next time.